Hello, my name is Lucille Allison, and I am a Unity and Marin Prayer Chaplain. Throughout the Advent season, we will be bringing you an affirmation each day. And these affirmations come from an Advent booklet that we'd be happy to send you if you reach out to us by email or by phone at the information displayed below. On this day, Wednesday, December 1st, 2021, the affirmation is, on this Advent day, I remember that my life is filled with hope and promise. So I'd like to read for you the first line of this Advent reflection. Hope is a spiritual practice I return to often because it is the one thing that removes the sense of uncertainty from anything. And that really resonated with me. As a young girl growing up in Brooklyn, New York, my home was filled with chaos during the holidays, and the chaos would bring up a lot of anxiety, dread, and fear within me. And when it got too much, I would take my dog, Mr. Stewart, and we would prance the neighborhood. We would go through the neighborhood, and I lived in an Italian-Jewish neighborhood, and the Italians had a friendly competition with each other over the decorations. And some houses were over the top, some houses were simple, some were just religious, some were just amazing. But each time Mr. Stewart and I would pass by a house and stop and enjoy the decorations, it shifted something in me. It shifted the fear, it shifted the anxiety, it shifted the dread into hope. And then I'd see Hanukkah candles, and each time a Hanukkah candle would get lit, it would shift me into promise for each day. So by the time I returned home, the chaos was still there, but I was different. I was able to cope with the chaos a little better. I was able to see the chaos in a different way. So when I was walking Mr. Stewart, I did not think that I was setting myself up for a spiritual practice. But when I think back on it, it truly was. And I still do the same thing today. When I'm going to work on the ferry, I look out and I'm just amazed at the beauty that surrounds me. The light shimmering off the water, the Golden Gate Bridge. Sometimes it's foggy and it's mysterious. A bird that's just soaring on the wind. A song that's sung so beautifully it opens your heart. Whatever it is, there's a shift that occurs within me that brings me from perhaps worry, from perhaps anxiety, whatever those emotions may be that are pulling me out of the sunlight of the Spirit into a place of hope, a place of promise. A promise of a new way of looking at something, a promise of a new day. A new solution, the promise. So Wayne Dwyer once said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I'd like to take this moment to go into the silence and see what percolates for you. How are you willing to shift and change? For me, that's always the first step, becoming willing to see something different. Is there anything going on in your life that you want to shift how you're seeing? So as we go into the silence, ask yourself the question, is your life filled with hope and promise? So let whatever's percolating percolate up. Let it arise, because it's all perfect, because you're perfect, just the way you are. So I'd like to read the affirmation one more time for you. And the affirmation is, on this Advent day, I remember that my life is filled with hope and promise. And so it is.